Let's take an example in the concept of sequence. All right. Now, the example here says, given the sequence 5, 9, 13, find A, the formula of the nth term, B, the 20th term, C, which terms of the sequence are 73 and 150. All right, that's the question there. Okay, so let's solve this. Solution for this. So first things first, we are given the sequence. So given the sequence there, you have 5, you have 9, you have 13, this, you have dot, dot, dot. So you have this. All right, so you're given this particular sequence there. The A part says find the formula for nth term. A, let's get formula for nth term. Formula for nth term. All right, let's solve this. So how do we solve this question? What do we do? Now, in getting the formula for the nth term, right, let's note something. Let's note that the first term of the sequence, U1, is equal to 5. So 5 is the first term of the sequence. Let's also note that the second term, U2, is equal to 9. We have 9. Now, in coining the formula of the nth term of a sequence, right, you have the second term as 9. You try to express the second term as, or you try to find the relationship between the second term and the first term. And how do we get that? My first term is 5. My second term is 9. How do you get 9 from 5? What do you do? Well, I know very well that 9 is equal to the first term, 5, plus 4. In essence, 9 will be equal to 5, which is my first term, plus 4. The reason why I'm using 5 here is because 5 was the first term. So when it comes to finding the nth term of a sequence, your task is to find a way to relate the second term to the first term. So we've just done that. 9 is 5 plus 4. Let's get the third term. The third term there, U3, is equal to, third term is 13. How do I express 13 in terms of this term above? All right, so I express 9 in terms of the term above, 5. I am going to be expressing 13 in terms of the term above. All right, in terms of the term above. So how do I get 13? 13 is simply 5, this one above, plus 4. 5 plus 4 gives you 9. 9 plus how many? 4. So 9 plus 4 gives you 13. So what do you observe here? This becomes 5, my initial term, plus 4, my second term, then plus another 4. But I know very well that 4 plus 4 is the same thing as 2 times 4. Right? Since 4 appears 2 times, it becomes 2 times 4. So from here, we'll have that U3. So U3 will be equal to, you have 5 plus, you have this as 2 and then 4. Now, we'll take this one here. That becomes 2 into, you have 4. So you have this. Now, here are some few things to note. The reason why I am putting 2 in bracket instead of 4, observe I did not do 5 plus 2 into 4. No, I did 5 plus, I added 2 in the bracket and I kept 4 outside. Why did I do that? Well, the concept here is simple. You want to observe that it is 4 that was like the constant term. Look at this, I had 4, I had 4, I had 4. In essence, that term that keeps repeating, just like this, would be outside the bracket. Then I got 2 by saying 4 plus 4. Since 4 occurred 2 times, it became 2 times 4. This 2 will be the one in the bracket, please. This step is very crucial when it comes to finding the formula of an nth term. Please note that. In essence, relate 2 to 3, but we know that 2 is equal to, what's 2 there? 2 is simply 3 minus 1. Yes, this 2 here is equal to this 3 minus 1. So this is how we form the nth term. And that's why I said you have to be very careful which one you put in bracket. All right, so 2, this 2 you have here is this term here, 3 minus 1. So therefore, we can say the nth term. Therefore, the nth term, which is un is equal to 5. So 5, look at this, 5 is usually a constant. 5 plus, after 5 you have plus plus, then this 2 was gotten by taking this one here minus 1. So if I have n here, it becomes n minus 1. And then finally you have 4. So you have this. So we had n, so we had u3, un is equal to 5 plus, we got 2 by saying this one minus 1. So the concept here is find a way to relate this term in bracket to this one here. All right, 2 is gotten by saying 3 minus 1. So it becomes n, in this case, minus 1, and then bring out the 4. All right, let's expand this. From this, you have that un is equal to 5 plus 4 times n is 4n minus 4 times 1 is 4. From here, un is equal to 5 minus 4 is 1. So I have 1 plus this one here, 4n. In essence, the nth term is given by un equal to 1 plus 4n. So that's how to get the nth term. And you can verify if this is correct. For u1, that's first term becomes 1 plus 4 times 1 is 4. So 1 plus 4 gives you 5, which is first term, and that's correct. For second term, that becomes 1 plus 4 times 2 gives you 8. So n becomes 2. 4 times 2, 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So you have this one here, 9, which is correct. And then for the third term, you have 1 plus 4 times n is 3. 4 times 3 gives you 12. So 12 plus 1 gives you 13, which is correct. That means my formula for the nth term is actually correct. When you're done getting your formula, you can use it to verify if your terms are correct. So I'm done with the part A of this question. Let's look at the next part of this question, which is the part B. Part B said we should find the 20th term. Let's get 20th term. How do we get that? How do we find the 20th term? What do we do? Now, for 20th term, n will be equal to 20. That's all. Right? If n is 20, what do you have here? This becomes u20 is equal to 1 plus 4 times n becomes 4 into n is 20. So 1 plus 4 times 20, n is 20. And this is equal to 1 plus 4 times 20 is 80. So u20 is equal to 1 plus 80 gives you 81. In essence, the 20th term is 81. So that's it. Let's solve the C part of this question. Let me check what the C part is. The C part says, which terms of the sequence are 73 and 150? All right, which terms are 73 and 150? That was the tax there. All right, let's look at this. So let me do So we have two questions there. Which terms are this and this? There are two of them. I'll do one and you do the other one. Let me take 73. So let me use 73. So using 73, So which of the terms is 73? How do you solve that? Now, all you have to do is to get your general term, which we got here, or the nth term. The general term or the nth term we said is un, and is equal to what there? 1 plus 4n. To get the term that gives you 73, all we have to do is to equate this to 73. We have this. That's all you have to do. That means we'll pick this one here and equate to 73. So I have 1 plus 4n is equal to 73. Now let's get n here. We move 1 over here. 4n is equal to 73 plus 1 comes over here, becomes minus 1. 73 minus 1 is equal to 72. So I have 4n is equal to 72. Divide here by 4 to get n. Divide here by 4 to get n. This will cancel this. So n is equal to 72 minus 72 over 4. So what do you have there? So this gives you answer as 18. Hence, the term that will give you a value of 73 is the 18th term. So the 18th term will give you 73 as its value. Solve the next question there. This is 150. All right. So you solve this using this pattern here. Which term would give you 150 as its answer? All right. Solve this question. Leave your answer in the comment section, and I'll give you a reply. I will tell you if you're correct or not. All right. Okay, guys. So the next term or the next thing we'll look at here is the concept of finite and infinite sequence. All right. We'll look at what a finite sequence is, and we'll look at what an infinite sequence is.